All right, we worked a lot on natural point of aim. It's all great. And believe it or not, natural point of aim is a glide path for sighted fire. Why is that? Because when your natural point of aim is good, guess what? Your sights are already aligned. All right. Now you do want to be careful sometimes. And I've seen this with some legendary shooters where they're shooting plate racks, but they're shooting it like down here because their natural point of aim gets really, really good from a low position, like because they're getting really calibrated like this. So you do the natural point of aim drills. You do want to bring, the pistol, the sights up to your eye line, even though you're not really referencing the sights. Here's the magic though. When you have good natural point of aim, you're already in a glide path for good sighted fire because you already aligned the muzzle, hence the sights, right to the target, as you can see in the camera here. All right. So what's the difference with sighted fire then? What's the deal with that? Well, if it's too far and you need to have a closed loop system of a little more feedback of equal height and equal light, I'm sure you already know the basics of sight alignment and sight picture and such, where you have to have sight alignment of equal height and equal light between the sights, okay? Then you have to have sight picture, that's sight alignment, where you just put the target behind those aligned sights, okay? Pretty basic. But at 20 yards, you'll probably need sighted fire. So what I suggest for you to do, a dedicated sighted fire drill, get in your classroom, go all the way back, as far as you can in your classroom allows, okay? Do one line of fire, and use that full distance to do sighted fire drills. And also keep the targets the same. Don't use smaller targets up close. So when you do sighted fire on a target which is far away, okay, you have to look at the target far, say 20 yards. Then you have to pull your vision all the way back, all right, to the 21, 23 inches to the front sight, okay? And then get some confirmation going on and then break the shot. So that gymnastics of your eye focusing far and near, it's hard, to focus far and then come all the way back, all right? That's a different process than having, say, the target's at like 5 yards and it's shooting a smaller one. Okay, that makes sense? So anyhow, so use that distance. The other reason it's good to have targets at further distance that are the same size is you're putting records in your intuitive database of how much sights you need given the distance. If it's a reduced size target up close, I don't like to do that. Sometimes I have to, right? Shooting light switches and stuff. But if it's that defensive accuracy target, and you just developing your own skill set, get used to point shooting at times, and then also using sights when you need it. You understand when you need sights. Does that make sense? So you're putting records in your intuitive database to know when you need sights, how much sights you need, and when you can just get away with index and point shooting. So that's a little bit on the sighted fire drill. The other deal with a dedicated sighted fire drill where you just line people up and shoot the target is one shot on target. One shot on target. Because now this target's too close for sighted fire, but let's say it was out, say 20 yards. And I'm going to do, say, upper A zone shots here. So I'm going to extend out and I'm going to get one shot. And that is it. All right. And then I come back and reset. Reason we do one shot is because otherwise people can kind of get sloppy and walk in the shots. They'll take that feedback, which is great, but they'll misuse it. And I've seen people do this with live fire too. They'll bop, 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 walk in the shots. Don't want that. It's for the purpose of the drill. Think of it as one shot, one kill type of thing. So they get one shot. So they really got to focus on that front sight. Boom, break that shot, and then reset and repeat. Works very, very, very well. Now they may think well, they're going to use a laser to cheat. Well, they can't. The laser comes on after the fact. All right. If they're looking at the target and they're all target focused, well, maybe they're really good at natural point of aim, but they're probably just going to miss, right? Or a lot of people shoot high, what have you. So if they come back, they'll figure out, yeah, I got to use these little sights, that equal height, equal light thing the instructor talked about. That kind of makes sense. And eventually they will figure it out to boom. And of course, get dots, not dashes. It's a sight drill, but the trigger control is important as well. All right, that's a little bit on sighted fire. Little bit on sighted fire, the intuitive database. Next phase on this, what I touched on, let's really have a dedicated block here on uncalibrated training.